Hey guys, before getting into this video, I just want to let you guys know this video is definitely not intended for kids and should definitely not be watched by them. I in no way condone the behaviors of the developer featured in this video, and I do not support their views in any way, but other than that, enjoy the video. Typically, when you see games die out, it's due to old age, slowly declining in grace until it's for the most part forgotten. However, on occasion, games die at the hands of their own creators. Sometimes it's as a result of unkept promises, unreasonable timelines, or even lack of funds. Other times, it's due to the pure derangement or even incompetence of the developer themselves. We've covered a similar topic to this on this channel before with Danger, the developer of the Ore Spawn mod. Today, we'll be talking about a different game, but a developer who may be just as unhinged. Before we get into it, I want to take a moment to thank you all for supporting this channel and, as a result, myself. If you want to see more videos like this, where we discuss some of the most bizarre cases of a game and its developer's decline, make sure to subscribe so you're up to date on every video I post on this channel. Thanks again. Now, back to the video. Domina is a gladiator management simulator style game created by studio Dolphin Barn Interactive, the production company for indie developer Nicholas Gorison, also known as Big Nick. Supposedly, the nickname Big Nick was a reference to Nick himself, once claiming to be 6'4" and 400 pounds. The actual game itself in this instance has little to do with the controversy and almost all to do with the developer himself. In fact, the game was released on Steam to quite high praise, with Nate Crowley of Rock Paper Shotgun praising both Domina's gameplay and soundtrack. However, this is around where the praise ends. Big Nick's first sign of controversy started with Domina's 1.2.89 beta patch notes, where below the actual patch notes, Nick wrote the following: "Some men still won't fight. They're weak. There's no accounting for weak men. Weak men lack character, strong moral fibers hard to come by. It's earned through hard work and sacrifice, and it cannot be had via only or porn. No, these fucking things are demonic possessions, waiting to show you a succubus titty in the hopes you'll waste a load on her instead of spending that energy studying how to weld, or grow a potato, or learning a new language, or how to program a computer. Listen, kids, get off them porn tubes and do something with your life, because no one is going to give you a goddamn thing, and this whole mess we call civilization is only getting harder. We need solutions, and we need smart men who can work hard and implement those solutions. Masturbating to e-girls isn't going to solve the energy crisis, is it? Get to work. Or play video games and have a relax, then get to work fresh tomorrow. I can't possibly know what's best for you in your individual situation. Really, don't let strangers on the internet tell you how to live your life. If you want to be told how to live your life, read the New Testament. The internet will only give you lies." While people definitely took this as odd, most people seem to ignore it, especially with this being an older patch note, potentially not seen by as many people. However, I can't quite say the same about the patch notes from March 2022 for the 1.3.18 beta, where right in the middle of the actual patch notes, nestled between a rendering update and a balancing patch, Big Nick wrote, "Take off the fucking masks. Next time you're at the grocery store, try showing a woman your face. Be confident, unafraid of the lies, you might get a girlfriend. Women like confidence. Women don't like dudes who cover their faces in fear. What are you afraid of? Getting laid? Grow up." So this one Nick did not quite get away with in the same way. This post led to the Steam listing for Domina being review bombed, eventually receiving an overwhelmingly negative review rating. Nick then went on to try and get many of these reviews taken down and said the following in a post on Steam: "Steam publishes dozens of fraudulent reviews of our game, and we flag them as such. Our flags are removed, and despite any evidence, the fraud review stands. No evidence is ever offered that we've done anything wrong with DLC, but the claims are echoed for eternity on B-level gaming blogs, just to be used as ammunition on Twitter. Circle jerks, disgusting." Now, we can't even flag the lying reviews as fraudulent, because nameless, cowardly Steam moderators, whom we cannot interact with, have final editorial control. How can we have a working relationship with a platform that actively wants us off the platform? At this point, it is doubtful that Domina will receive future updates on Steam. If that upsets you, I encourage you to talk to Gabe Newell. His ship is sinking and he DGAF. Integrity is key. Centurion, adapt, adopt, improve. In a now deleted tweet, no, I'm still not calling it the other thing, Nick called these reviews an orchestrated campaign of lies and called Steam cowards and liars. When asked why he couldn't just release the game on itch.io, a platform for indie games, Nick responded it was due to, quote, woke politics. It's also assumed he would not be able to release his game through Epic because he actually managed to get banned from Epic-owned music platform Bandcamp, which is kind of a feat in its own right. This was not the end for Domina or its developer either. In August 2022, a new release note update for Dominus was released, headlined Dominus v1.3.25 Deadname Domina. Please respect our pronouns during this difficult transition, which contains the following. Please note I do not in any way agree with Nick's opinions here. I'm simply repeating it for the sake of context. We are out of ideas, mentally unstable, totally degenerate, and desperate for clout. Let's pretend we're a completely different game to regain relevance. Deadname Domina. Please don't mention it anymore. We only mention it here to say, don't mention it anymore. It's totally normal to change the sex of a video game and not confusing to anybody. Please do not be a bigot. If you are confused, please simply stop being confused and remember that Domina doesn't exist and never did, but Dominus does exist and always has. You just didn't know you were playing a man who was dressed as a woman, but now we reveal it to you, you have no right to feel deceived. The same way the poor drunk dudes who transvestites like Keffels had sexual intercourse with without disclosing to them that they were men have no right to feel wronged, and you're a bigot for being confused or even mentioning something like that happening, let alone having an opinion about it. Dominus 1.3.25 beta. Fixed. Bestiaris disappears after applying cards. Potentially fixed. Audio stacking bug when, quote, brutal fights are enabled. If it's still there, please post on forum any steps to replicate it. Stop destroying the innocence of children by lying to them about basic biology. Stand up for what you believe. Ask God for courage. I genuinely do not even know where to start with this one. While Keffels is considered more of a controversial figure on both sides now than they were in 2022, for reasons I won't discuss here, the concept of targeting a specific person in a transphobic rant on the Steam page for your own game is so absurd I do not think I could ever fully put it in words. Steam seemed to agree with this sentiment, and following this post, Valve actually completely banned Domina from Steam outright. In a post on Gab, a far-right-leaning Twitter alternative, Nick responded to Valve multiple times, none of which I really feel I should share on a platform like YouTube. I will, however, mention that Nick is still incredibly active on Gab, often reposting unfathomably anti-Semitic content, conspiracy theories, and outright psychotic things I can't believe a real person would actually say. All in all, I would have to say that Nicholas Gorson may actually be a worse person than Richard Clark, the developer of Orspawn, in nearly every conceivable way. He continues to be a weird, hateful individual, driven by one of the most dangerous and bizarre ideological systems I can imagine. Thank you all for sticking with me on this roller coaster of a story. With so much drama, I can't believe it came out of such a small indie game like Domina. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.